Hello everybody and welcome back to Humankind again. Before we get started, I do want to go ahead and mention one thing. Last part I had mentioned that these guys won as a result of the enemy retreating. That's not obviously actually completely accurate. Once you're in a battle, you're not allowed to retreat. Or accurately, in that case, we won because we owned their flag, the little tile that their camp flag, whatever you want to call it, was located on at the end of the 3 rounds of combat that are allowed to happen per battle each turn. So that's a more accurate way of phrasing it. But yeah, let me go ahead and get my timer started and we can, well, basically be finishing up this war with the Celts now, because they changed from being the Egyptians to being the Celts. I could have assaulted and probably had a decent shot of winning, but I'd rather not, honestly. So yeah, no, we're gonna rest and probably pull these guys back, let them heal up, and then we'll finish it up afterwards. Because obviously we can't heal here, and they're going to attack us. So, okie dokie, with what? 1 scout rider. I could auto-resolve that, but I'm not going to. We're gonna keep our wounded swordsman in the back. And they bring their warriors in. But luckily, because they have their warriors here... Oh, nope, never mind. They're actually able to get to there. I was gonna say, because they have their warriors, they're not able to attack us with the cavalry, but nope, that's not accurate at all. Really? You're not gonna finish that guy off? You should. There we go. That gives us a penalty to crossing rivers. So -3 from crossing river and -1 from being damaged, or I can move here. We don't deal with the penalty of crossing rivers, but we are attacking uphill then. But I think that's less of a penalty, yes. Actually, we don't even suffer from attacking uphill. They do gain a bonus from having the high ground, but we don't get a penalty directly to ourselves for attacking up a hill. Now, I'm gonna actually pull these guys back. How far back can you go? You know, go as far back as you possibly can. Now, they're gonna hop on our flag. It doesn't really matter in this scenario. Yeah, they killed themselves by attacking us. Go ahead and pay to get our troops replenished. Then launch an assault. Again, they do not have anything here, really. So they have just defenses. They haven't even gone around to building palisades. Not that we're any better, of course. We haven't built palisades either, but we're not the ones on the defense. Really, oh, okay. This is a terrible place to spawn, or to deploy, because you can't actually attack anything except for right next to you. Battle. But do they have reinforcements? No, they don't. Not that it mattered, but you know, I was just curious. And their flag is actually right there, so if I can just take that, that's a win for us. I just need to hold it. Since you can't attack anybody else, you be the ones to finish him off. And then you'll hop on their flag. You're gonna deal with penalty from attacking from a river, but you can't do anything about that. Well, actually, you may have been able to kill them without the first group's help, but hey, whatever. Doesn't matter. Well, I guess you'll get an opportunity to test that out. Nope, you would have needed their help anyway, okay. And you have to deal with the penalty of moving into the river, so you can't attack. It doesn't matter what they do, we should win this as a result of holding their flag at the end of this. There we go. Siege is victory for us. Because we knocked out some of their units, we gained the Militarist Star Tier 2. And this has put us well ahead of the pack for fame right now. Now, they technically have nothing.
What do you seek?
For all intents and purposes, we have won. I mean, I can go and, you know, continue to attack them. And realistically, I probably should. Just to end this much faster.
Over there, let's go.
But I believe they should now be suffering ticking war support. Presumably. You know, I've accomplished my objectives. I've never actually had a war where I've conquered all the enemy's cities before they've run out of war support, so I'm not actually 100% certain how this will play out. Oh, that's actually a decent spot. 1618 as opposed to whatever that was, like 1124 or whatever. I'd rather have the somewhat more even spread. Personally. Oh, are we building our current wonder, or no? Do I just have it queued up? No, we're not even building it at all. Let's go ahead and get it queued up. Oh, it needs to be against a cliff. Okay, doesn't really matter, that's fine. Also, not all cliffs are acceptable, evidently. We'll put it there, that's fine. But you're not going to build that right now. That can wait a little bit. In fact, just put it at the very bottom of the build queue, and we'll sort it out later. After you're done with that, I want you to build the Watchtower, House of Scribes, Barracks, Watermill, Stone Walls, Aqueduct, and Levy Administration. And then you can get to supporting the Lighthouse of Alexandria. And what are you gonna do? You gonna come for me? Or are you gonna make me chase you? They're gonna make me chase them, it looks like. Oh no, their war score dropped to 0 as soon as I took everything. Okay. Can I take everything else? No, I can't. Okay, well, I'm gonna take those two. Yeah, I don't have enough to turn them into a vassal. So yeah, I'm gonna take Memphis and Non. I'll let them keep Capella for now. It's not gonna do them any good, it's not a city, and I don't even know if they have the influence to build a city, honestly.
I can tell you that our gratitude...
Oh, they immediately turned it into a city for free. Okay, that works too, I guess. Now, I don't have the ability to actually declare war on them again to finish them off. So they get to keep their stuff for now. You fall back to Memphis. I do not have the influence to add Proxima Centauri to Sipar. Will live. You guys... Oops, not the one I wanted to press. I meant to press the rest until healed thing. And just build all the nice, easy stuff first. And then you can build these other stuff that's going to take a little longer. Ah, and we have finally gotten the wages of war. The ongoing war is a draining experience for the Empire. Your many armies fighting across the land, costing you capital, resources, and, of course, blood. The question of funding these endeavors should be addressed. Of course it should. Now, I don't have the influence to choose right now, but I can choose for plundered wages, which is plus 50% money from ransacking, and plus 4 combat strength bonus when ransacking. I don't ransack very often, and I've never been attacked while ransacking, so I'm not really... I don't think plundered wages is a particularly useful civic to enact. I'd always go paid wages. So plus 20 stability on city that you occupy and plus 5 stability on garrisons. Which garrisons are those little fort buildings that we can build that we... have we even built one? I don't think we have. We don't really have a reason to build them typically, so yeah. You know, in theory, I could put those new cities to work building the Lighthouse of Alexandria, and we'll probably do that once they're done with their current queue. Proxima Centauri has lost population. Well, I mean, of course it has. For one, it's an outpost. Not really meant to have any significant presence. This a steed for a colossus. Don't think I've ever gotten this event. On the threshold of a new era, in honor of your most famed rule, the citizens of the fabled horse city of Memphis have brought a gift to your court. A stallion, towering 18 hands tall. Legend says the horse is untamable to all but the world's most renowned figure. The steed strains, barely under control of its 2 handlers. Breaking this horse in full view of your whole court would be quite the statement, but does come with the risk of humiliation. What is your will? Well, we can sacrifice and, again, get the patriotic effect of minus 20% industry cost for land, air, and naval, or we can attempt to ride it. This has a chance of triggering another narrative event, but will give us plus 10 stability for 10 turns. I'm curious to see if we will succeed in taming this supposedly untamable horse, except for a renowned figure. So we'll see. We'll probably fail, but, you know, give it a shot, you never know. I'm sorry, game. I was about to say, I'm like, you mean to tell me Proxima Centauri is not a valid, or Cypher is not a valid thing for Proxima Centauri? I find that highly improbable. Okay, let's see. As you approach the colossal horse, you hesitate. Overawed by its size, its muscular flank powerfully rising and falling with every breath, the stallion senses your uncertainty, rising up onto its hind legs and sending you sprawling to the ground. To add to the indignity, afterward the horse loosens its bowels, leaving you beside a steaming pile of manure. Huh, okay, laughingstock. A lone snicker becomes a wave of laughter. Unrest in the capital follows. Minus 50 stability on Babylon for 10 turns. It's a good thing Babylon has a ludicrous amount of stability. Okay. Places are switching to our religion. Although it's basically our own territories, but that's besides the point. Yeah, when you guys are done building your current stuff, I want you to get to work on the Lighthouse of Alexandria. Where's a decent place to set up shop here? I guess the river. As per usual, the rivers are decent places to set up shop. And see. 618, 821, 1015, 1012, 9, I guess, yeah, we'll do the 1015. Somebody got bread and games, damn. I'm going to assume that that is a tech. Yes, discover Imperial power. Which is, yeah, a little ways down on our list. And we can now upgrade our scouts to horsemen, which will make them a little bit better. And you just wait there. I don't really have anything else for you to do right this second. Oh, those guys are violent. That's fun. Oh, good. And we are converting Nox to our culture and to our religion as well. So we'll be able to use that as a justification to go to war with whoever. Yeah, I need to deal with that guy. It's gonna take us a little while to get down there, though. Because even though we built roads, because we don't own here, Bibricute, or Bibricate, however the hell it's pronounced, our roads go to the north, not to the south. So yeah, it's a little slow to get down there. You know, just archers, you might actually serve a decent chance. They'd be able to whittle you down quite a bit, so yeah, I mean, theoretically you have a decent chance, but... Tales of Earth, another event that I don't believe I've ever had, but one second. The years are long, and your great deeds many in number. There is thus a grave danger that you and your people's most triumphant moments will be lost in time, like tears in the rain. So that none shall ever forget such shining accomplishments, the scribes of Babylon should commemorate them in a more official and permanent form, a grandly written epic to be passed down the ages. But how should yesterday's glories best be depicted? We can deify ourselves. The great tale should depict you as as tantamount to a god, your every achievement a result of near omnipotence, or omniscience rather. Humanize. Great accomplishments require many hands. This epic must hail your people's contributions, not merely your own. Or as a canvas. Ask the people which of your achievements they most admire. An epic centered on these will inspire them to greater things. I'm inclined to go for that, largely just because of the plus 20 science for 10 turns. Also, you know what, let's go ahead and slap these guys back onto Auto Explore. Oh, got found a curiosity, wonderful. Oh, free swordsman. I will never complain about free troops. And I don't have the money to buy that right now. I need you to keep moving down there. I don't know why you decided to act as if I ever told you to stop, because I definitely didn't. Oh, got another free swordsman. Well, you know what? Actually, go up there, I guess. Yeah, because you know what? We're gonna do, for now, a 3 swordsman, a anti-cav, and a ranged unit as our preferred sort of army composition. I know, game, I'm trying to deal with all these issues you guys have. Like, you guys are really having fucking issues with stability for some reason, and I really don't know why. Yeah, I'd rather you not get near those guys and have them potentially attack you, so just sort of take the alternate route. Why are you constantly stopping your orders? I never told you to stop. There's no reason for you to stop.
Your first harbor. Fishing, trade, voyages of exploration. You will see many things out of this tiny window onto a huge world.
Wonderful. Continue down there. You continue taking the safe route that takes longer, but again, safer. Who the fuck are you guys? Oh, I completely forgot about you guys. Oh boy, okay. Yeah, I sort of completely forgot about these scouts here.
Go this way.
You know, they were put there to as another army to use to assault
Understood.
Proxima Centauri here, and then that just never happened because whoopsie daisy.
Don't fall behind.
Yep, just completely forgot about them. There we go. Your stability's going up a little. It's still kind of shit. And there's really nothing I can do about it. Your main issue, at the end of the day, is that they just build far too many districts way too quickly. So we've got all these penalties to districts, and as far as I know, there's no means of, like, destroying a district. So we're just stuck with them. I mean, I can build these garrisons, and they'll help a little bit. And speaking of garrisons, actually...
If an army wants reliable soldiers, they had best provide a reliable income.
Let's do that. That way that moves up to a plus 10 bonus as opposed to a just a plus 5. And I don't really care too much for the... Oh, damn it. I wanted to drag and drop. Thank you, game. Yeah, I don't really care too much for the placement of these at the end of the day. I typically place them on tiles that just seem like they're going to be pretty worthless. Like these here. They're just not super useful. They're plus 1s and they're kind of far out there. I'm more than likely never going to get around to exploiting them. Actually, buy that so that you get that out a little faster. Annoyingly, that guy's there. Can you take him? Yeah, he should be able to take him. Go over there and start dealing with them. You know, it is a little surprising that we, for whatever reason, just haven't met whoever Purple is, despite the fact that they're right here in our territory. Well,
With
not in our
5 makers'
territory,
quarters, an empire could build all sorts of interesting and troublesome things.
but they're right here. It's just a little weird that for whatever reason we have magically just not met them when they assimilated the Nox. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but you know, as soon as they become your neighbor, you should probably immediately discover them. So I'm just not sure why that's the way it works. And of course, annoyingly, being up here, you're not actually able to attack downhill, you gotta run down here.
Go! Let's go!
So, finish that guy off, then you come down here, you'll attack the spearman.
Let's fight!
And I didn't quite finish him off. Those warriors are going to come to attack one of you. Or not. Apparently they were not allowed to actually, I guess, make the move. And we'll get on their flag, but we're not going to win that way. We'll finish them off. Wonderful. Heal yourself up. Oh shit, these guys are chasing after me now, apparently, instead. And I got just a little too close as they decided we're gonna chase after you.
Over there. Let's go.
Yeah, game, I'll take care of all that other stuff in a moment. Let's see. Why are we getting the horsemen? I don't have horsemen in this army. I mean, and even if I did, they should be only close enough to be considered reinforcements, not immediately added into the battle. But sure, whatever, game. Whatever you say, I guess.
No fear!
Just stab these guys in and finish them off. Let the new guys get some experience. Oh, they have another one.
Don't fall behind.
For some reason, I thought they only had the one archer. I completely forgot that they had two. Yeah, I don't think those guys should have been considered close enough to automatically have been added into the attack, but sure, game. We got an option for tenets. So decreased cost of enacting and canceling civics, plus 10 war support on grievance trigger on relations, more food from harbors, more stability on garrisons, not terrible, or more money from market quarters. Well, more science from research quarters. I don't typically build research quarters, it should be noted. I typically don't have much of an issue with getting money, so yeah. Although it looks like we are the first one to make it to tier 2 actually, so this is wonderful for us. I think I'm gonna go for food, because food is just always an issue that I have, and you know, being able to get more is always nice. Okay, we still have not met these guys. Come on.
So now we have the Huns as neighbors. Raiders on horseback. It's going to be a challenge to put up with them.
Yay, we get to deal with the Huns. Okay.
We've been going nowhere.
Yeah, I'll give you that for now.
Great discomfort. I accept your terms.
Only for now. That'll hopefully help discourage you from potentially wanting to come after me. So I can already go ahead and jump into the next era if I feel so inclined. Also, for anyone who doesn't know, and you run into issues, if you want to check out your stars and you are able to choose the next era, when you open this up, just right click again and it'll take you to this screen, allowing you to actually see here. So let's see. I can go ahead, like I said, and move on to the next era, which probably isn't the worst idea. The reality is we don't get any bonuses anymore. Again, only that 1 star at the very beginning, as far as I can tell, gives you a legendary, or a legacy trait rather, not legendary, but a legacy trait. I've never had any other era include that. Even when you get 3 stars, like we have here with the scientist stars, we've maxed it out. We got nothing for it at the end of the day. Like, I can max all these out and all I get is the fame, and sure, you get more fame the higher tier the star is. You know, getting a tier 3 star is 245 fame. We're about 600, just for simple math, 500-600 ahead of the next person, and moving on to the next era will also help us immensely to be able to get other stuff that you can't get in the current era. It's actually better off for us to just move on, in my opinion. But I will do this. 1 second. Can I do this? Or does it not work? No, that doesn't work there. Damn. Yeah, so this, oh, okay, that only works on outposts and administrative centers. Okay, that's why it's not working there, because that's not an administrative center or an outpost. That's an actual city. Okay, I honestly never paid too much attention to that. I've almost never used it, honestly. You know, I just haven't really had a need to, generally. But let's go ahead and get that stuff. And yeah, we're gonna go ahead and I think move to the next era. So again, we can continue playing as the Romans and get a plus 10% additional fame gain modifier. We can switch to the Aztecs, the Byzantines, which are probably who we're gonna switch to, because I really like that plus 5 money per horse. And we have 2 horses right now. Yeah, 2 horses right now. So that's an extra 10 gold a turn. We can choose to go with the Franks, more faith, less stability. Well, rather, it's plus 10 influence. If we build the Scriptorum, it's more faith, less stability, but that's just the standard building a district penalty. Some science, influence, per adjacent district, which actually is not terrible. And then an extra research slot, since it counts as a research quarter. Yeah, I automatically upgrades regular outposts, but what exactly does that mean, game? Upgrades it to what? Oh, okay, administrative centers are attached to cities, but does that attach it to a city or no? That building for the Mongols, I don't understand how it works. It just says it automatically upgrades regular outpost, which I assume, well, it then says cannot be attached to cities. What the fuck are you turning it into if it can't be attached to cities and it's not an outpost in the traditional sense? Or does it automatically turn into a city, and why the hell would I want to build this ever? In that case, in my opinion, I would never want to build this, because it would just take up city cap spots. So I would never build this. Sure, game. I'll admit, some of these unique buildings I don't think are particularly useful. Same with some of these unique traits. Sometimes I just don't think they're all that great. Like, for example, the Byzantines, I pretty much never make alliances, so plus 5% money per alliance on all cities, not that useful. I'll be honest, this one's also not that bad. More money per number of accesses to luxury resources and strategic resources. That's quite a bit of money. Teutons are also not bad. I did play as the Teutons once. +1 money per state religion follower and +1 science per state religion follower. How many people do we have following our faith right now? 65 out of 100. And 10 to move up to the next tier for tenets. You know? Presumably that's also, we only get the bonus for followers in our empire, but I'm not 100% certain on that. You know what? I think we're gonna go with the Teutons, actually. Because that's a lot of money and that's a lot of research. And we have a little bit of catching up to do on research, to be honest.
Wisdom and technical innovation from earlier eras bring humankind new knowledge, and we immediately use it to find new ways to kill each other off. Greater empires build more powerful armies, but brute strength may be defeated by superior innovations. It is brains versus brawn, with ever richer cities as tempting spoils for the victor. The Teutons did indeed have great cities with great cathedrals, but don't forget their great armies with great ambitions.
Okay, and of course, as you noticed before, this is the scene that would sort of show the buildings and whatnot switching over to the new art style. You would see the same with walls, if we had any. Particularly if we had stone walls. There's no difference with palisades. Do you actually have any issues with food? I'll be honest, one thing I really wish the game would show me here is how much food is necessary to continue growing the population. I'm going to assume it's 1 food per pop, but I don't know if that's actually true. In which case, I don't think you actually need the farmer's quarter right this second. So let's get to work on the Lighthouse of Alexandria, then you can build some stone walls. You're actually going to go to Memphis when you get the opportunity. This army is going to set up shop in Babylon for now. You go to Nemosos. You should not be out on the open sea because you will take damage.
Your people see it as a place of safety and a symbol of power. Only your friends know of the extensive wine cellar.
What the hell are you talking about building, game? Clearly I built something that made you say that, but I don't know what. Land rights. With this one, I pretty much always go with inherited land, so I can use money instead of influence to attach territory. It's just much easier to get your hands on money than it is to get your hands on influence, in my opinion. Although, admittedly, communal land's also not terrible, with plus 10 food per number of attached territories on all cities. That's actually quite a bit of food. And which might actually be useful in the late game when you have to inevitably merge cities together. Because you cannot destroy, as I mentioned in the past, cities that the AI builds. You have no option to downgrade them to outposts or anything, so you gotta deal with them. Annoyingly. So, yeah, that's probably not the worst idea. Yeah, you are gonna need a city watch. And same with you, actually. You guys need to really deal with your penalty, or with your stability. Which I don't know if stability actually has any penalties for production. I don't think it does. So it's just, you get to deal with stability doing what stability does, basically. Somebody found a glacier. And yes, I need to continue building out that. Which actually... Yes, I think you were the one who I had building. It doesn't really matter if you were or not, but we're gonna have you build out towards cures so we can hopefully bring them in. Oh god, we've lost all of our... what little influence we had here. Probably because we fought a battle with each other, which, I mean, that's their fault. They're the ones who attacked me. And yeah, we're all the way to the left over here, and so we have a little bit in common because of the collectivism that we lean towards, for whatever that's worth. Yeah, I mean, I'd love to annex them. Come on, guys, there's a...
At the catch.
So as long as you stay in coastal waters, you do not take damage right now. Eventually we'll get a tech where we won't have to worry about that, but as of right now, if you're outside of coastal waters for, I think it's 2 turns, land units that are embarked instantly die. Naval units, I believe, just slowly take damage.
Your empire becomes one of the giants, astride the globe. And what will you do with this power? The impressive Maurians, science, faith, and culture. The only worrying thing about them are those elephants.
Where the hell are they? Because I don't see them anywhere. Oh, so we found about them because the Huns border them now, apparently. Sure, game. But we weren't allowed to discover the Huns, even though we bordered Nox. Let's see, the Battle of the Mind, the great city of Babylon is bursting at the seams. Countless souls pressed within the city's tight borders in the dense, squalid quarters. Cases of madness are on the rise. Religious leaders contend that demonic forces are behind the afflictions, while the philosophers argue for natural causes. Both are strong voices in the Empire with competing solutions. What is your response? We can get some money off of them, get some faith off of them, or get science off of them, and we're gonna go with the science. Persons with knowledge of medicines should aid the afflicted.
Greetings, Sovereign. Do you too believe that there is no limit to how high humanity might soar?
So we have discovered them, but we have not actually introduced ourselves automatically, like what happened with the,
How do you do? In every sense of the question.
with the Huns.
From my people, and from myself, heartfelt greetings. Let us see if we can build a better world.
So, yeah, that's the thing. We don't know about them having any resources.
I have something here that should...
Sure.
Your proposal makes good sense.
Oh, they do have stuff.
I say yes.
I've never bought off the AI, literally ever. So, we'll see if we end up doing that at all here, but there's a half-decent chance that the answer will be no. The Mayans have reached the medieval era and have chosen to go with the Umayyads.
A pleasure to see you again.
So I want you to... Okay, you can't land there. Just keep going until you find a spot to land. Oh shit, you're out in the ocean. Well, you might be dead now, because I fucked up.
Keep moving.
Okay, no, you're not yet. Come over here. Stay along the coast. There's gotta be a spot where you can make landfall. So we can discover that city up there. And these are all terrible places. What's the best area then? I guess right there is the best, relatively. It's fine. Do I have anywhere else to add? I don't think I do. No, I don't. Also, I believe to merge cities together in the future, they actually have to be neighboring each other. You can't, I don't think you can have an outpost between them. Like, I think they actually have to legitimately neighbor each other. And that was my timer going off. Sadly, I don't have crises because they don't want to attack me. And, you know, we share religion and everything, so yeah. Well, culture. Do we share religion? Yes, we do, actually. Well, more accurately, at least, actually don't know what their religion is. What is your religion? I know we have 5 followers, but is their religion actually ours, or did they never found one? Actually, I think they legitimately never founded one. One thing I do wish the game would show you here is what religion they follow. You know, that's sort of useful information. Because I'm really curious as to what the deal is here. I probably have to attach Algol to be able to start spreading our culture into cures. Not that it matters, actually, at the end of the day. We're not going to be getting cures. I can say that with confidence. I do not believe we'll be able to take it before the Huns snatch them up. I mean, we'll try.
The Lighthouse of Alexandria should do marvels for trade. It will also make for handsome tourist souvenirs.
Wonderful. Game does not have any recommendations here again. So, we had a 10-10, which is not that bad. Which is probably what we're gonna go for. I mean, we might get lucky, but honestly, I just don't think we're going to there. I don't see it happening. Let's go ahead and give you that. And I do want you to build out all that stuff. You know what, I'm actually gonna cancel that, because you really don't need it.
Blades in the water. Got it.
Seriously, game, there has to be a beach or something for you to make landfall. I find it highly unlikely that there legitimately is none. And also, yes, as you've noticed, we are still able to...
So, will this independent people be an ally or an enemy? A barrier or a blessing? Their future may not be in their hands.
Yes, we still haven't found them because we haven't been able to make landfall on this damn continent. Oh. Yes, forgot to upgrade our swordsmen to the Praetorians because I just completely forgot about the fact that we got that. So we need... you know... So, okay, what do you need? Okay, well I have the extra spot, so I'm probably gonna go ahead and add Cav there. And these guys aren't really doing anything, so... Let's go ahead and... Actually, you continue doing what you're doing, and this one will go over there instead. Go ahead and give all those guys some cavalry. And you head down there.
Blades in the water.
I...
Ready all? Row.
Wonderful. I mean, there has got to frickin' be something there. But we just haven't. Colonial model would be nice. Because that'll allow us to build a unit. At least that's the way it's supposed to work. Is that... No, game, that doesn't quite seem right. Because I haven't gotten the unit already. But there is a unit that we'll get that will... I know in the future. Where is it? Three-masted ship. Will allow us to get the settler, who can build colonies. But we already have colony model here, which would indicate that I'd have the ability to do it with something else. I've never done it with anything but the settler. And honestly, I even then don't actually do it all that often. You just stay doing what you're doing. We'll let this part actually run a little long.
Fall in.
Okay, next turn you'll be able to get into the safety of the city there, or the coastal tile rather. I want you to build one of those and one of those. And then I guess continue building out the infrastructure here. The Huns have moved into the medieval era and they've chosen to go with the Aztecs. Please, for the love of God, find a spot to make landfall. I want to start discovering this continent over here, largely because I want to start conquering it, if I can.
All right.
Nope, still not.
Blades in the water.
Oh, okay, no, maybe we actually will be able to disembark there, finally. The human cost. Across the border, where war ravages the empire of Aztecs, thousands have abandoned their homes and are now seeking sanctuary near peaceful lands. Refugees, and no doubt some agitators too, are amassing near the closest city of Memphis. They are tired but proud, afraid yet hopeful. It is a delicate matter and one that may have far-reaching consequences. What is your decree? Well, we're gonna process them, but I do want to note, is Memphis really the closest city to the Aztecs? Because I'd be more inclined to say it's Nemosos, personally. Actually, yes, it would be, because they have apparently taken over Nox now. How the fuck did you guys occupy that? I literally never saw you deploy units. Okay, sure. But yes, as I was saying, we're gonna go ahead and process them. Costs a little bit of money, but we gain 2 free pops here. We could just welcome them without spending any money, and that has unexpected consequences, and you don't gain any extra pop, so yeah, no thanks. I'm gonna take the safe option and go with that. Okay, apparently they actually went to Saipar despite the game clearly indicating Memphis. I don't know what the hell the game's thinking. I get that harbor out. They're actually gonna lose pop in 13 turns. Okay, wonderful. You need one more Praetorian Guard, then you need the anti-cav and an archer. And I have a new wonder option. Notre Dame's not terrible, but I think we're gonna go with Angkor Wat. Because +1 food per faith, yeah, that sounds real nice. I'm assuming that's on the city in which it's built. You know, that's not +1 food everywhere per faith, which would probably be overpowered, honestly. The question is, where do I build this? And I think we're gonna probably build it in... You know, normally I build all my stuff around my capital, it's just the way I am. But in terms of building this somewhere where it's actually useful, I don't think our capital is the best spot for it. I just don't know for certain if it's better to build it in Nemosos or Memphis. I think we're gonna probably go with Memphis because in the future we're gonna merge it with this city down here, and getting that extra food per faith is going to be worth it, I think. So yeah, it's I don't know, build it there, that's fine, whatever. Push it to the end of the queue though. It's not that important right now. I need you to find this independent people's cities, like where the actual city is, so I can start influencing them. Feudalism, wonderful. And yeah, this guy doesn't have the option. Oops, and blocked in, so can't go that way.
New independent people. And who are they? Time will tell if they are helpful, helpless, or history.
Oh, they're in decline. They're gonna disappear in less than 10 turns. Okay, then. I guess we'll just take their spot.
This independent people possess sophisticated customs, rights, language, and beliefs. I do hope you're going to treat them well.
Okay. These are the same people. I don't know why you told me the damn thing twice. As if these are completely different independent peoples. They're not. You know, they're one and the same. But yeah, we're just gonna wait for these guys to collapse in that case, and then I'll build an outpost there and then upgrade it into a city. Memphis is probably going to merge with Nox as well in the future once we inevitably get that ability. But that's going to be a while. Okay, now you magically sorted out your food problem already somehow. I don't know how. A blossoming of beliefs, and this is probably going to be after we do this event. I'll end the part. Religious feeling is strong across the Empire, but that is not preventing discord from emerging from within the faithful. Great cities are finding themselves under the sway of diverse religious leaders, who each see the standard creed with different eyes. New religious orders are emerging every year, and the influence is growing. And their influence is growing. What should you do with these groups? In this case, we can do fanatical, extra faith. We can do it not two ways, or we can influence, which gives us tolerate, which is a little bit less. Well, so that's a percentage, and this is a flat. I'm not quite sure which is better for us. I think the flat might actually be better for us right this second. Probably actually doesn't make a significant difference, honestly. Actually, no, the percentage is probably better. We'll dissolve them. We are one faith and should not allow a fracturing of our religion. Okay, move on to the next turn, and then we'll end the part. And the Aztecs and Mongols have made peace, and the Mongols took Nok because reasons. Oh, and there's another unknown group up here, and you know, actual empire and everything. I'm curious, can I meet them before I end the part?
Mobile and militarist, the Goths. You can probably guess that this relationship will not be an easy one.
Yep, okay, there we go. We met them. It is the Goths.
This arrangement would see both our empires prosper.
There is some merit in this.
They're not that strong. I'm gonna refuse that.
I find your proposition outlandish at best.
Understood.
And, you know, we might, instead of building a city here, just, you know, conquer a city. It's ready-made for us. That's probably what we'll do. But that won't be happening until next part, so I will see you all next time. Go ahead and get a save. So yeah, I will see you all next time. A quick reminder that I do have a Patreon and a Discord. You can find links to those down below in the description. I do highly recommend that you join the Discord. That is my go-to place for posting about channel happenings. As for the Patreon, if you find yourself enjoying this series or any of the other series on the channel, that is probably the easiest and best way to support the channel. But yeah, so I will see you all next time, but until then, goodbye and farewell.